Welcome to another Super Deluxe Edition unboxing video. Today we're going to take a look at the John Mayall first generation 1965 to 1974 CD box set. This is a 35 disc box set. Absolutely enormous. It's very heavy. In fact, I'll tell you exactly how much it weighs. It's 5.2 kilograms because we've been shipping these from the SDE shop. Pretty attractive blue and black and white combo for the design. You can see there's some spot varnishing going on. Actually, I'll tell you what it is. It's on this spine, this edge, which is quite good actually because you can actually see what it is when it's sitting on the shelf. The other side doesn't have anything on it, but it does have it on the side, so that's quite a nice touch. And also on the back, you see there, John Mayall, first generation, 1965 to 1974. It's quite minimal but pretty elegant sort of outer design. As I say, it's pretty heavy this, despite there being no vinyl inside. Who said the CD was dead? This is a massive collection of music, all on CD, and there's a book in here and everything else. So let's take off the lid and have a look. Snapper produced this box set, or Madfish, the imprint. Anyone that's bought their stuff before should be quite familiar with the kind of quality and the type of packaging that you're going to get. Snapper also did Manson, so if you've got the Manson box set, you'll know what I'm talking about. All these box sets come with this massive and really impressive hardcover book. I think is it 185 pages, I think. There's a really nice design on the back as well. Obviously that's the image from the front cover, but that's a clean black and white version of the same image. I mean, this is such a wealth of information, and especially John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. There's so many lineups, so many personnel changes, and it's more important than ever really to have this sort of document of what happened when and who played live with whom and all the rest of it. So this book is full of, you know, great black and white photography, great design. It kind of goes through albums, bands, etc. So loads of great archive material. Of course, John Mayall's still with us, so he could participate in this and provide content and images, etc. Yeah, so this is kind of the start. So it goes through musicians. John McVie, obviously, it's the first album, the live album. I mean, I'm not going to go through every page of this because I don't want to spoil it, but there's obviously Eric Clapton. I'm going to flick quickly through here, but you can see got albums, loads and loads of cuttings, content. This is going to take an age to get through this. I think it's 185 pages, let me just check. Yeah, so I think it's about 170, something like that. Again, really nice. The black and white and the blue does go well together. Actually, I should point out at the back, it does have a full gig history. Yeah, so there's a complete tour history there, so it goes through everything. Yeah, so it goes through the entire history of John Mayall and his tours, all the way through the 60s, into the 70s, and then there's the track listings and the details for the albums. Yeah, so that's the hardcover book. And it doesn't end there. This is really cool actually. This is like a soft cover book, but again, it's, you know, it's quite big, it's quite hefty. This is brilliant. It's amazing that all this stuff's still around, but this is a collection of newsletters from the fan club, which ran for a couple of years, or certainly this is 2 years worth of newsletters here. It's all kind of hand-typed, scanned in, hand-typed reproductions, so it gives you a little bit of a blurb here at the beginning. Yeah, Doreen Pettifer was the first secretary of the official fan club, and this is a fantastic collection of fan club kind of letters and information about band members and what's been going on. There's 2 years worth of this basically. It's pretty intense. Talk about getting a feel for what was actually going on at the time. It doesn't really get much better than this. This is the sort of on the ground narrative via the fan club. So this is amazing, really. And it's quite nice that this is done in a sort of soft back form, I think. Now every box comes with a signed photograph. That is an actual, it's not printed on, that's a proper signature. John Mayall, as I said earlier. Thankfully he's still with us at the ripe old age of 86. Everyone that buys this box set gets a signed print, and it's a pretty cool image, I think. And then this is a kind of reproduction press pack. This is like the first album, questions and answers, Q&A, blah blah blah. All recreated in the old stapled kind of old-fashioned style. So that's the third sort of major bit of printed material. And then what we're left with here is a couple of reproduction posters, so just to show you what these look like. That's the first one there. The next one's from 67, so it's a bit more kind of psychedelic styly. This is 10 years after. Okay, so that's all the printed material and all the posters and photos, etc. So what we're left with here at the bottom is foam insert with 4 pockets for the CDs, for the discs. Now there's 35 CDs, an enormous amount of material in this box, it's incredible. So they've remastered all the albums, there's 6, 7, 8 live gigs that have never been released before, there's 2 discs of BBC recordings with Eric Clapton, Mick Taylor, Peter Green, so amazing players. There's CD singles in here actually, so they've bundled them together in sort of 4 different packages. It's not done in strict chronological order, so it's kind of selections of albums, live albums, compilations. So we'll just take a quick look through at the packaging. So each pack comes with one of these sort of belly band type things. And yeah, so these are card vinyl replica style packaging. Some of them are gatefold, some of them aren't gatefold. They all come with inner sleeves for the CDs. This is obviously the first album, Blues Breakers album. This was a live record. That was the one he did on his own, Blues Alone, with just some percussion accompaniment via Keith Hartley. And then it sort of carries on in this style. So this was when he'd gone to LA and sort of chilled out. It's got Mick Taylor on it. I think Peter Green plays on one of these tracks. First Time Alone, I think it is. Just to show you, this is a gatefold. It's all printed nicely on the inside. And then the CD looks like that. So that's the pattern for most of these. They've all got these white inner sleeves on the CDs. This is the USA Union album. This is obviously live jazz blues fusion. This is 2 gigs. This is Boston and New York, I think. Yeah, there's the 2 gigs, side 1 and side 2. Obviously this is a single CD set. And then these are the BBC recordings here. So as I say, these haven't been released before. It's all done in the style of the cover. So yeah, you've got some incredible players on this. Eric Clapton, Mick Taylor, John McVie, Peter Green. I mean, these haven't been released before, so this is pretty special. And it's different, and it's all from different shows, Top Gear, Rhythm and Blues, Saturday Club, that kind of thing. All these sort of typical 60s shows that they used to have on the radio in Britain. That's a 2 CD set. And then this is a live gig, Gothenburg 68. I think this is one of the unreleased ones. Mick Taylor, Steve Thompson, Colin Allen. And then there's a CD single here as well, because there's a few non-album singles. And this is I'm Your Witch Doctor, backed with Telephone Blues. So there's 2 or 3 CD singles in this box. They're all sort of packaged like this, which I like. And I know people might say, well, you could just put it as an extra track on the album. I think that's pretty cool, having a little CD single. And then this is bundle 2, so it kind of continues in the same kind of fashion. This is obviously the fairly well-known Blues Breakers album with Eric Clapton from 66, gatefold. There's 2 CDs, so you get the mono and the stereo and bonus tracks as well at the end. And this is Diary of a Band, Selected high spots from 60 hours of Blues Breakers Club recordings 1967. There's 2 volumes of this. The volume 2 is in the next bundle, I think. And there's so much music, it's incredible really. So looking back, this is the first compilation that came out. It goes from sort of the beginning to December 67. This is the Back to the Roots album. Yeah, this is a 2 CD set. I should point out that these do have booklets as well, these CDs. So in this example here, there's the booklet for that. Yeah, so there you go. So so the CDs do all have booklets. You don't have to just rely on what's in that big book. John Mayall remixed some of these tracks in the late 80s, I think it was. So this has the original versions and the remixes there. Quite a thick sleeve on that one because it's a sort of 6-panel gatefold. And moving on, some more live stuff. Technical College, Bromley Technical College, Berlin 69. This is Mick Taylor again. Steve Thompson, Colin Allen. There's another CD single in this one, which is Lonely Years. That's bundle 2. And then the second bundle continues in a similar sort of fashion. It's a mixture of studio albums, live recordings. So Hard Road. There's the second volume of Diary of a Band. The Turning Point, which was kind of like, I Hope You Like Our New Direction. Through the Years, this is another compilation. 10 Years Are Gone. Some more live material, live in 67. This is Various Things, Marquee Club, Manor House, Ram Jam Club. This is Bremen 1969. That's the Paul Butterfield EP. So that's the 3rd batch of discs. And then last but not least, this is the Crusade album here, 67, Mick Taylor, Bare Wires, 68, Empty Rooms, Memories. The latest editions, this is like into the 70s, this is 74. And then some more live material here. We've got the 7th National Jazz and Blues Festival from 67 and Fillmore West from 1970. So that's 7 different packages in that 4th batch there. So that goes back in the slot. I haven't put the belly bands back on, but all these CDs are accessible via finger holes here, so there's not going to be any problem getting them in and out of the actual box set. Also nice to see a ribbon here to actually allow you to get the books off the top of the actual content quickly and easily without any sort of damage trying to get your fingers down the side. So that's it for the audio there underneath. The 2 posters go back on the top. That's the replica press release, the all-important signed photo, the wonderful fan club replica, and then this massive heavy volume which is the history of John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, and then the lid goes back on. This obviously covers a 9-year period, 65 to 74. So as I said earlier, this is 35 CDs, it's a mammoth set, there's only 5,000 of them, it's a limited edition, and I mean you couldn't really do this in vinyl, there's so much music here, it would just be far too expensive. As it is, this is £275, which is a hefty investment. But if you're a fan, this brings everything together. As I say, it's 1965 to 1974. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at John Mayall, the first generation. If you have, then why not subscribe to the Super Deluxe Edition YouTube channel, where you can see more great physical music unboxed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.